Hello there, today I have mini Lego Transformers animated Blitzwing. And this guy was pretty difficult to figure out. Well, actually not really. Somehow he was smoother than the process of creating Lugnut. But yeah, because I watched a review of the animated Blitzwing figure and I kind of just took the transformation steps from there. And that animated figure was my only reference. I didn't actually look at the design, which, I don't know, maybe that's a dicey move. But, you know, I think it still looks a lot like animated Blitzwing in his tank mode right now. And, this is probably my weakest animated build, so far, just because of that triple changing gimmick. It really hinders basically all the modes, but this one, yeah, it's not that bad. But yeah, let's compare it. It's a very tall tank. Here he is with his Decepticon team. And fun fact, I haven't even built a Lego Transformers triple changer since like my Battle Force series Blitzwing. So yeah, it's been a really long time. And here he is with my Autobots, and I had to switch some of the parts on Bumblebee and Bulkhead to get this figure to work. And I also forgot to include the Headmaster head for Bulkhead, so I'll show that in the comparisons. So that's Bulkhead's missing accessory here now. And now here are all of my animated builds together. In this mode, he's 6 studs long, and he's 5 studs high. He's almost a little box. Alright, jet transformation. We're gonna fold these side panels out, and we're gonna swivel these tank turrets to the back. And sadly, the actual base for the turret doesn't swivel around, so that's kind of disappointing. And then you're gonna swivel this front section out. And this section actually swivels up, but I have to move the treads out of the way. So I'm not going to do that just to save time. I have to show off a lot of stuff in this video. And you will swivel this nose cone piece forward. And then you would tuck Blitzwing's panel/arms into the inside of the treads. And here we go with Blitzwing's jet mode. That was a pretty easy transformation. And a lot has changed. It does look like Blitzwing's jet, in my opinion, and these kind of act as, I guess, the afterburners in the back, kind of like the figure, except the way it's built, the turret is up here instead of down here. And the treads are where they're supposed to be, and mostly everything is where it's supposed to be. So yeah, I think this is a really successful interpretation, or at least mostly successful interpretation, considering the lot of undercarriage. But honestly, it's the same thing with the actual figure and design, so it's accurate undercarriage. And because of how his arms poke out at the bottom, he's either facing down like this or up like that. Now in the jet mode, it has almost doubled its length to 10 studs long, but it is still about 5 studs high. Here he is once again with all of my animated builds. Here he is with the rest of the stuff, and I think I might have forgotten to compare this with the tank mode, but whatever. Alright, to get this guy in robot mode, it actually doesn't take that much. We're not gonna break it, but we're gonna swivel the treads down, all the way basically, and swivel it around like that. Same exact thing on the other side. Now, as you can obviously see, he's getting really tall. Then swivel those forward. And swivel this entire section around. Put his arms down. And then swivel this piece down. And that is basically his base robot mode, and this is why I say this is probably my weakest build. His legs are really low. His arms are kind of weak. Um, this entire back section with the wings and the turret aren't at the very, like, they're not like up here where they should be, but it's honestly close enough. Like, overall, the proportions aren't accurate, but you can still recognize it as animated Blitzwing. I guess, you could just pretend that, this is still his legs going up to here, because on his actual design, this is just, like past his knee. So you can kind of pretend that this is also just like the parts past his knees. But yeah, still, the proportions aren't too good, mainly because of the triple changing gimmick. Now let's do some articulation. Basically a universal joint at the shoulder. He's got a full elbow bend. It's kind of awkward, but it works. And the elbow bend goes backwards too. Due to transformation, he has kind of sort of like a chest/waist swivel. And his legs are on ball joints, but due to the way they're mounted, you have to kind of twist his legs sideways to actually get him to kick. And if you keep him this way, he falls backwards. So, yeah, articulation isn't a strong suit for him either. It kind of sucks. But yeah, that's almost everything. He still has his head changing gimmick. That requires parts forming, but yeah, I'll show you that. This is him with his like monocle version, like as a scientist self, I guess. This is him with his like angry face. It's a full squared stud to represent his big chin, and because it's the only dark red piece I had. And here he is with my personal favorite, the crazy face. It's just a black stud. At this scale, you can't really represent it with good detail. So yeah. Now let's do the final size comparisons, and we're done. Here he is with some Hasbro and a Lego minifigure. Why is Ratchet so bright? Oh, Ratchet is really bright. And here is everybody at once. And here is Starscream with the Headmaster unit, since I think this happened in the show one time. Here's Blitzwing and Lugnut. And here's Blitzwing next to Megatron to show you that he is shorter than Megatron, but for, what do I mean for some reason? He's taller than Starscream because, this is the smallest scale, or the shortest scale he could be for the transformation and everything to work. So this is the shortest or tallest he can be. And just to show you what I'm talking about, Blitzwing is one stud taller than Starscream, and I don't know if this is accurate. I think it's an accurate scale, but this is the shortest he can be, so this is just how he's gonna have to be. It's just how tall he's gonna have to be. That's it for now, so I'll see you next time with Transformers Animated Mini Ratchet.